facts. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Monday. It's Monday. Just another sober Monday. Ooh, wish it was Sunday. That's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Okay, I can't say anymore. They're going to cut this video. Even saying just the words. Even if I just did a little bit of William Shatner spoken word. Right. Good afternoon. Take 12 radio is completed for the day. That will be out this afternoon. A snapshot of 8 and 9. Of course, we had some fun. Crack jokes. Yeah. We find ourselves pretty funny. We think we're pretty funny. So, yeah. All right. Looks like I need to start getting this out a little bit more. Need to start getting some more people here. Sorry, the subscribers going on. I got 300 subscribers on Daily Trudge. ChatGPT was like, hey, I've got a way where I can help you out monetize your videos. Let me know when you're ready. I'm like, okay, tell me about it. It's like, well, do you have 1,000 users and 40,000 of hours of watching in 90 days? I'm like, no. Stupid ChatGPT, getting my hopes up. I even told it to him, I'm like, thanks for getting my hopes up. Why is Sign Up Genius reminding me that I am chairing on Wednesday 3 times? 3 times it told me. All right. I just love some of these all these junk mails I get. Your item has been shipped. Your item has been charged. Don't buy any of that. Do not ever give anybody any information. Just don't do it. Okay. People aren't going to ask you for this stuff. They're not supposed to anyway. All right. So let's get to Dion's daily finds. Did who here listened? Who went and listened to the podcast? I put it out on Saturday. Let's get some watching there. Okay, this is horrible. All these ads are just horrible. They're just okay. Sorry, Fatherly, you are out. I had some jokes set up, but you can't even get to them because they just keep putting. They just keep putting ads in for them. So I'm just going to scroll. There we go. All right. So should we get to Dion's daily funnies? Okay, here we are with another ad. Gotta scroll again. God, why would you put so many ads that nobody can read what you're saying? So, also my Podbeaners, right? On Podbean, I noticed that they are putting ads in. I don't know that I ever asked them to do that for me. So I'm going to be removing those ads because they're not paying me. Now, if they were paying me money, then we do something. I'll look at that a little bit later. I'm going to redo the website today. It's going to be plain, but it's just, yeah. I'm going to go take a look at it real quick here. Oh, actually, look at that. Yep. My son cleaned it all up. Yay. Yeah. Now I don't even have to. Oh, okay. Another, wow. Okay. Good. That's good. That's good. That's awesome. Hi, Michelle. Sometimes younger people fall for that stuff. Yeah, getting the emails and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Nobody is going to call and ask you for your card, for your social security number. If they do, question them a lot. Okay. Question them. All right. So don't answer. That's how I avoid paying my bills. I just don't answer. I'm just kidding. That's how I used to do it. Right? Throw a soundtrack on that one. All right, it's time for Dion's Daily Funnies. We're finally getting to them. Now that I've gotten older, everything's finally starting to click for me. My knees, my back, my neck. So true. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Laughing is really loud for me. It's because I like to listen to my music loud. The saying is, I enjoy listening to Led Zeppelin, and so do my neighbors. Right? All right. Birthdays are good for you. The more you have, the longer you live. My wife found a spider in the house, told me to take it out. So I did. We had a few drinks. He's a pretty nice guy. Pretty nice guy. The spider. My wife screamed, "You haven't heard a word I've said, have you?" What a weird place to start a conversation. Yeah. Weird. My wife is mad. I keep introducing her as my ex-girlfriend, so I went with ex-fiance instead. Well, it is. That is your ex-girlfriend because you're married now. All right. I'm only saying that because I just now got the joke. Sorry, I'm saying because I just caught it. Wife, our new neighbor always kisses his wife when he leaves for work. Why don't you do that? Husband, how can I? I don't even know her. Stupid husband. Men are so stupid. All right. I'm kidding. Actually, I got angry at TV for a long time because all the TV shows were just about how stupid men were. Men, stupid. All right. Anyway, I recently visited the world's tiniest wind turbine exhibit. Honestly, I'm not a big fan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. No applause. Just throw money. All right. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm your host. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Okay. We need to get some of this stuff up. Start watching this stuff. I'm just kidding. I can tell that a lot of people have not listened to the Mark Lundholm because I haven't gotten replies. And I know I'm gonna get replies on that one. So everybody was like, where is it? Where is it? All right. And nobody's watching it. All right, a small part of a great whole. It's about sacrifice. All right. And this does come from a reading. All right. All right. So we're not necessarily going to do the reading. I told ChatGPT to go put together an outline based on this chapter right here. All right. Now, the thing is AA is made up of individual alcoholics, each with their own story, personality, and path. And we don't want you to lose that either. We want you to, at least I do, I want you to feel like you can be who you are. I know you're probably strange, weird, odd. Well, then welcome, because I am too. Yeah, I know I'm odd. I don't mind. I now use that to my benefit, right? I do things like go on Take 12 radio, right? It's funny because when I first started calling, Monty was like, "Hey, Roger, you know why I brought Dion on? Because he's very opinionated." We all are. Oh, that reminds me, God-centered recovery will be back tomorrow. I forgot which proverb we were doing. But that'll be tomorrow. It will be live 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, right? So we have all these individual alcoholics, yet recovery works because we become part of a larger whole, right? And I'm probably going to utilize my home group grassroots in this a lot, right? Um, it's cool because like on Wednesdays I'm sure, but Thursdays and Saturdays I have to do nothing. On Saturdays I don't have to do anything. On the other days I usually time because the Zoom timer isn't working for um, certain what do you call them, devices, right? Yeah, so certain devices. Um, but it's growing, all right, and we're getting different types of people chairing the meeting, which means we're getting different types of meetings and things like that. And this is what's supposed to happen. There should be a little bit of variation, but we need to stay consistent at the same time, right? But really, what it comes down to, and we talk about this a lot, it always bears repeating because our forgetters work real well, right? That we don't have to always be the center of attention in order to get things done. And yes, I'm talking about Dion. Okay. I don't always have to be the center of it. And I like being the center of attention when I'm in control. Let's make that qualification. When I'm in control. All right. It's kind of like I don't necessarily have a fear of heights, right? But right, plane, I'm okay with. I don't know why. In fact, I would rather fly than drive. Um, roller coaster, no. Sky ride, no. Ski lift, yeah, we're pushing it. But the it's just slow going uphill, yeah, but it's really high up. All right. Uh, climbing up on the roof, no problem. Mountain climbing, no problem. See, it's when I am in control. So it isn't that I have a problem with heights. I have a problem with letting go of control. Yeah. That's what it is. It's a fear that it's going to crash or whatever, right? Yeah. So we have these different personalities. And what do we have? Principles before personalities. We have the principles of Alcoholics Anonymous, and we do principles before personalities. That means that we are going to make decisions based off of our principles and not necessarily what we want. All right. We made a decision in the last group conscious to be listed on OIAA, and I had a fear that we were going to get a bunch of bombers. We've had one so far, and nobody even noticed. So yeah, see, it's okay to be a little uncomfortable. Now we're doing that knowing that we are probably going to get some, and it's okay. We will work through those things. All right. Hey, Amber, good to see you. All right. All right. I'm a little, I'm a little out of it. All right. So I'll read a little bit out of Language of the Heart here, just to kind of get us going here, right? So, and the chapter is called "The Individual in Relation to AA as a Group," and it was written in July 1946. So about 7 years after the Big Book came out, before the 12 by 12 came out. That came out in 1950. It may be that Alcoholics Anonymous is a new form of human society. The first of our 12 points of AA tradition states each member of Alcoholics Anonymous is but a small part of a great whole. AA must continue to live, or most of us will surely die. Hence, our common welfare comes first. Now, there was a group of people that made sure that AA was here for me and you and my children. I didn't do that part. It was other people that came before me that sacrificed what they wanted so that I could have AA. And now it's my turn. Okay. Now, before I go any further, if AA has freely given you your sobriety and your recovery, and you're not giving it that way, there will be an unremitting danger to your recovery. There will be a consequence for that. There is. I'm not sure what the consequence will be, but it will appear. Right? So I would watch that. This world has a way of coming back around, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't understand that stuff. It just delivers whatever you're putting out. Okay? Remember that. Before I forget, Wednesday, Benjamin Lerner will be on. He's kind of he's a younger kid, and I like him. I like him. At first, I thought he might be body brokering, but no, he's not. So I'm gonna have him on the show. Should be a good guy. Should be a good show. I like to promote people that are doing the right things, right? And he's helping people out. You know how I can tell he's not? Because he still looks absolutely broke, and alcoholics can't help themselves. He's yeah. That's how I know. Oh, I watch. Right. And it was funny. Um, I told my daughter, I'm like, hey, Ben Lerner's going to be on the show on Wednesday, and she writes back, "Who's that?" I'm like, "You literally just shared one of his videos in what's in the grassroots WhatsApp, like 3 days ago, right?" So, but think of it now. Now those people, and this is the way that I like to explain it. I am sitting in the shade of a tree I did not plant. And now what I'm doing is I am planting trees of which I will never sit in the shade. The people after me will get that. Now, are these people even going to know who I am? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know who, well, actually, I do know some of the people that came before me, but I know some of them. Not all of them, right? It's the goal that one day I will pass, and hopefully grassroots will continue forward. I'm watching that with one group right now. Bill's Brown Baggers, a primary purpose. I helped start that meeting back in 1990. So I did not start the meeting, but I got there like 2-3 days before they were starting it, and they asked me to be a part of it. And I'm the only original member left. Everybody else is dead. And I'm watching it move forward. Now, this is between you and me. The people that go down to that meeting, they don't know that. They don't need to know that. I'm giving you an example. Okay. I did not start the meeting. I just helped out a lot in the very beginning. Now, Chet and Joe started that meeting. And another guy named Orson, right, Orson, who is also, that's also the name of my son. Orson actually became a very good family friend. And he babysat Shay quite a lot, right? OG Dion, BOM Dion, original member, right? So original gangster. Yeah, it's part of the Podfada thing. I know it's hard for people to see me as a criminal and as somebody that literally went out of their way to ruin other people's lives. I did. You know what? I just noticed something. I didn't have to even take any leave for my finger this morning. Huh. Yay. Hey, good stuff, man. I totally quit taking the tramadol. Yeah. Just whatever. Right. So anyway, AA is made up of all these individual alcoholics with each have their own story, their personality, yet recovery works because we become part of a larger whole. The individual certainly matters. Absolutely, because without the individual, we couldn't have the group. Okay? We need both. We need the individuality and we need the group. Because you need to also be able to grow the way that you need to grow. And that can't be mandated by the rules of Alcoholics Anonymous. They're suggestions, highly suggested, right? So, what happens when we try to do recovery alone? Do you remember what happened? Didn't work out very well, right? And even then, recovery literally means community. It means fellowship. Recovery alone is redundant. It would be an oxymoron. It doesn't fit. Okay? The opposite of addiction is community, fellowship. Okay? People in Colorado are starting to understand some things. Okay? Recovery is supported by the community, not the government. Two people have literally said that to me in the last month. Dion, I think you're right. This is all about community, not the government. I'm like, you're getting it. Now, if we can all start doing that, man, we will get somewhere. Yes, we will. Now, go to a sober living. You have to have these. There we go. Already. Now I understand they're saying 90 meetings in 90 days. You gotta get a sponsor. You gotta get this. But when you start mandating things like peer coaches, then we're telling people what to do, and that's not going to work very well, unless they're literally asking, tell me what to do, right? But anyway, so Bill emphasized that AA survives because the individuals to support the unity of fellowship. No one person owns AA. No one owns AA. No. All right. No one person is bigger than the group. And the strength of AA comes from the collective experience. Now, if we're sitting there fighting and arguing about everything, we're not going to have a collective experience. Now, we may not always agree with what we say in the meetings, and that's okay too. The other day, people were talking a lot about their fibromyalgia and stuff. I'm like, okay. But what I saw happen was that other people, and it wasn't that, it was something else. But they're in physical pain. Well, then turned out other people in the group were kind of going through that. So see, even though it irritated me a little bit, it helped those people. Now those people can talk to each other, give each other suggestions on how they do things. Maybe they found something from their doctor that'll help this person over here. And that's what we're all about, are we not? See how that individual thing right there took hold in the group and made the group better. Right? Yeah, I'm right. I know I'm right. So the group protects the message and keeps it available for the next alcoholic. That's exactly what it does. And of course, there's the danger of the ego. And ego can disrupt recovery. Right? It can disrupt a whole group. You get the right person in there, right? It'll disrupt the unity of the group. Maybe somebody comes in and does something where half the group thinks that they should be removed from the meeting and the other half do not. See, it can happen. Right? That's why we have to have these discussions. And I'm just creating an example of what would probably cause division. That's why we don't bring politics, religion. No, we don't talk about religion in AA. People think we do, but no, we don't. Right? No, our primary purpose is stay sober, help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. We talk about what we need to talk about to stay sober that day. That day. Right? So the danger, right, is thinking our way is the only way. That is one of the biggest dangers right now. Everybody, I see a bunch of people running around saying that there's no one right way to recovery, which is not true, by the way. Yes, there is. Then they're saying, but it is there's no one way. Now check out my program, which looks just like all the other programs that aren't working. It's ego. That is ego. Right? Trying to control meetings or groups. Now, that was something that I learned with other groups, right? And with grassroots, I do everything that I can to not be in control. In fact, I got to go out of my way sometimes because the beginning, I just got used to kind of doing, in the beginning, I had to do everything. No biggie. It's not anything. Oh, there was an argument over that because then people are like, well, it takes the individual, so everybody there's contributing. Yeah, that's great, but you're just contributing. I'm doing everything. I'm doing it all. Okay. It takes a little bit. All right. Well, I don't brag, but yeah. So he got upset with me that once. But that isn't why they were mad at me. All right. But trying to control meetings or groups, you see this a lot, especially in Zoom rooms, where it is always the same person hosting, it is always the same person chairing, running the meetings, doing the same thing, and you get the same meeting over and over again. Or they control it. All right. One of the big things that I have to watch is talking in between people. Yep, I have to watch myself there. Sometimes I tend to get a little too gabby, especially if I'm in a good mood, like a really good mood. Yeah. And I get excited. I'm just like a little kid who can't handle himself. I am. So I have to watch that. But I'm aware of it. Right. So, yeah. Now recovery and what, so recovery. Recovery requires humility, both individually and collectively. Humility within the group. Group humility. Yeah. Do we want you to come back to our meeting? Sure. Are we going to get mad if you find a meeting that's better for you? Nope. Right? It's like during the last group conscious, I heard it. I heard what somebody said. We were getting a little too comfortable. And I agree. We were getting too comfortable in our group. Oh, look what we have. Look at it, Nope. Time to grow. Time to grow. All right. And then we brought on OIAA. That started last week. I think we've gained a couple of people. We'll see. We'll see if they come back today. Yeah. Where we were having a speaker meeting the last Saturday of each month. Now it's on Saturday. If we don't have a speaker, then we pick somebody with like 90 days to tell us what life's like now. Amber brought that up. It was a great idea. It works very well. These are the things that individuals bring to the group that makes the group better. Do you see how the group can't survive without the individual? And the individual cannot survive without the group, but the group must come first. That we agree on. So what does that mean? It means we work on our individual recovery and bring that experience, strength, and hope to the group. And you can only do that by practicing the principles of AA outside of the groups in your everyday life. That is how that is done. What about that individual freedom? I tell you now, and I agree, it says it right in the 12 by 12. I don't think that there's another organization out there that lavishes the right to the individual thought than AA. Yes. I can tell you now that there are some people in our group where if they said what their higher power was in other groups, they'd probably get flack. And shame on you for that, by the way. We don't get to decide that. If God don't care, why should I? Okay. What, like you need to stick up for God? What are you, God's henchmen? All right. All right. No, freedom. Freedom. I received my freedom. There were people that came before me that showed patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love so that I could have this. And it's now my turn to do so likewise. Right? Yeah, I would think so. So members can interpret spirituality differently. They share their own experience and they grow at their own pace. Now, they might go through the steps with you kind of quick, but they're still going to grow at their own pace. Right? Now, that is not an excuse to say, oh, they've been on their 4-step for 3 months and I'm just going to let them grow at their own pace. No, we're not. Don't do that. Hey, you still got to, get in there. I just, whenever whenever I see a loophole, I bring it up so I can tell you not to use it. Amber says, if that's even his name. Exactly. Even if that's God's name, who knows? God is a made-up word, is a made-up word by humans. We don't know. Time, all this stuff. It's the human will that has created that. And I absolutely agree. Who knows? His name may be Fred, for all I know. I don't know. Do I need to know? See, that's where that faith portion comes in. That's where faith comes in, right? So, but this freedom works because it exists with shared principles. Do you know what we're doing every time we do this? Every time we help somebody out or share our experience, we are giving permission. You're giving permission to other people to recover. I know it doesn't sound like that, probably doesn't feel like that, but you are. Wait a minute, they did it. And Dion was pretty fucked up. And if Dion can do it, I think I can do it. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. I don't mind if you got to utilize my past to make you get, if you're like, you know what, if Dion pulled it off, then if that works for you, fucking use it. Go for it. Doesn't bother me. That's why I share it. Okay. And every time you grow, every time you make a mistake and show the right way to do it, you are giving permission to other people to do the same. That's what happened to you with your sponsor. They said, I did it too. And they gave you permission to heal, to become a better person. Yes. Fuck yeah. All right. So, what is the responsibility to the fellowship? All right. Each member has responsibilities to protect the fellowship. Yes, we do protect the fellowship. Absolutely. We protect it by being a good example, not telling what people what to do, but by saying, now this is kind of the way we do it. Right. So we do this by practicing the principles, obviously, supporting unity, carrying the message, and avoiding personal agendas. That way, every member helps AA stay healthy. And it works. It's been working for 90 years. It clearly works. I mean, we have taken this program and put it to the battering test, and it works. This program works. Millions of alcoholics are not wrong. Right? They're not wrong. Your live video from February 10th will be deleted this Thursday. Go ahead and download it. Thanks, Facebook. Then we come, so we start working, and what's going to help you feel like you're a part of the group? Get a sponsor and do the steps. Okay? Because you'll feel like you belong with the group, you'll get along with the group, but after a while, if you do not do your fourth and fifth step, you're going to feel like you don't belong. You're going to feel like a fake. You're going to feel it in your stomach. You will. You'll be like, something's missing. Yeah, you're not doing the work. Now, you're not fake. You do belong there, but it will feel that way. You won't feel like you belong until you do that fourth and fifth step. Then you will really understand that. I'm done with something. Please give me the next one. I already gave you the next one, you silly boy. There are no more. You're done with your fourth step. Yes. Woo! There are no more. That's all of them. Yay. Looks like we're doing a fifth step this week. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. So, cool stuff. All right. So you can see how all these things start to match, right? So when we first come in, everything feels personal. Yeah. When you're the newcomer at your first meeting, you feel like everybody's talking directly at you. Because we are. We are. You're there, especially if you say, I'm Dion, I'm an alcoholic, I have no idea what I'm doing. Please help me. Oh, yep. You're going to get 30 opinions. Right? It's all right. Take what you need and leave the rest. This goes true. I don't care how long you've been in AA. Take what you need and leave the rest. Just leave it there. You don't need it. All right. So when we first come in, everything feels personal. It's my problem, my recovery, my life. But over time, we start to see something different. We become a part of a larger purpose. And we start helping the next alcoholic. I'm going to tell you right now, the number one way to get out of anything is work with intensive work with other alcoholics. It always works. I don't care what the problem is. It always works. Worked for me yesterday. I can't believe what happened yesterday. I'm not going to bring it up here because it has to do with money. I don't know. Yeah. And you don't come on here and talk about your money. So I don't come on and talk about my money. All right. AA works because individuals come together with a common purpose. Each of us is only one member, but together we form something powerful. So ask yourself today, when did you realize you are a part of something bigger than yourself? Do you enjoy being in something bigger than yourself? I do. I would much rather make a decision based in a group than off the individual. We get more done. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.